Hello, Kelly Blatnik with Blatnik Law. I am going to discuss today the new Clark County Administrative Law Order 20-17. This is a 30-page order that came out on June 1st, and it covered quite a bit, so I didn't do the video on June 1st. I am doing it today. And I apologize in advance about the length of the video simply because there was so much in the new order. The first thing the new order talked about was safety. And we're supposed to wear face masks, wash our hands, and there are going to be additional screening protocols. The screening protocols are supposed to prohibit entrance to the Regional Justice Center for anyone who's traveled outside the country within 14 days, anyone that if a doctor has asked that person to self-quarantine, they shouldn't be at the Regional Justice Center, and if there's no medical clearance from having had COVID-19 and you haven't tested COVID-free, you're not supposed to have entrance. And if you do not have a fever or a cough, you should be denied entrance. The order does not specifically state how the marshals or the safety protocols are going to be put in place, because I don't know if you don't carry around a card saying, well, here's my COVID test. I don't think they can make you do that. I think a lot of it is probably going to be checking for temperatures and looking for coughs, because the other three factors, I don't know how you can confirm that about the public coming into the building or not. But the order says those are the people that shouldn't be coming to the building. All appearances by alternative means are strongly suggested. What does this mean? It means if there's any way you can avoid going to the courthouse, please do. There's the Blue Jeans platform, Zoom platforms, which are kind of online video streaming. There's also telephonic hearings going forward. Any way you can avoid being at the courthouse in person, please do so. Social distancing is going to be observed at the courthouse. The clerk's office is closed or continues to remain closed for in-person filings. If you need to file something and you can't do it electronically, you will need to mail it. No more paper courtesy copies. Hallelujah! Don't know why we've been doing courtesy copies all these years when we've been doing most everything electronically. So I think that is a long time coming and a good thing that we're not going to be doing courtesy copies anymore. Courtesy copies means that even though we electronically file everything, we as lawyers had to print and then pay a runner to hand deliver to the department that which we electronically filed. Seems like a complete waste of paper in my opinion. So that's a good thing. July 1st, 2020, depositions may go forward, but we're still supposed to do social distancing. July 1st, 2020 marks the end for tolling of discovery. So in theory, as of July 1st, we can start actually doing some civil litigation. July 1st, you're now allowed to do the independent medical examinations, which are for personal injury cases. And for the offers of judgment, any offer of judgment that was served during the pandemic when everything was told, they're now due July 10th for a response. And essentially a lot of the civil litigation that's been on hold can now move forward. Electronic signatures are now okay, even by parties, unless a notary is needed. Proposed orders are to be emailed directly to each department, and at the end of the Administrative Law Order 20-17, there's a long list of dedicated emails for the proposed orders. Early case conferences may go forward, but by alternative means. As of June 1st, 2020, criminal settlement conferences are moving forward. However, civil and family settlement conferences aren't going to start in person, aren't going to start until July 1st. Bench trials may move forward, strongly advised by alternative means. Jury trials are going to be so that only one panel will be called to the courthouse at a time. So I imagine that's going to create a huge backlog for jury trials, but at least they're going to start moving forward. Evictions and foreclosures remain stayed pursuant to the governor's directive. Offers of judgment the toll will be lifted July 1st. Statutes of limitations and medical malpractice cases remain tolled pursuant to the government directive. If you want to serve a subpoena, we now have to get the Discovery Commissioner's permission. All criminal matters should proceed forward. Apparently 3 grand juries went ahead and started on June 1st, and there's a whole section that explains how the grand juries are supposed to handle everything to be socially distanced. Attorneys may now sign plea agreements on behalf of their clients. And all in custody appearances are supposed to be via video. So now the client or the defendant does not have to actually sign the plea agreement. The attorney may sign on behalf of the client, but there's a bit of a discussion as to how that's going to be facilitated. Out of custody appearances in criminal matters should be handled by alternative means. For domestic matters, the confidential reports may now be emailed, and only emergency custody motions will be given priority, and whether the judges are making decisions on motions are left up to the individual judges. Guardianship cases are to move forward by alternative means. Juvenile dependency, as of June 1st, 2020, any tolling is decided by case. Termination of parental rights in those hearings, a video is now going to be considered an in-person appearance for the parent. Adoptions are to move forward by alternative means or at the discretion of the judge in person. Mental health hearings are strongly urged to go forward by alternative means. Child haven, which is just another name for the Las Vegas orphanage. Placement with child haven is strongly discouraged. They're trying to make sure that the children get into foster homes and not into child haven. But visitations may go forward with the precautions such as face mask coverings and social distancing. Probate hearings are supposed to move forward by alternative means. The Family Law Self-Help Center is now open for people to appear in person, ask questions. You need to wear face masks, you need to socially distance, but you're strongly encouraged to call or go online. Family mediations are now open for in-person. Donna's House Central is now going to allow visitations by appointment and with precautions. The Civil Self-Help Center is also open for in-person, but strongly requested that you call or go online to get the assistance that you need. The traffic window is closed, but you may call or go on the internet. So that is the gist of what's going on. Long story short is that any way you can appear by not being in person is how the court wants you to handle it. If you go to the courthouse, expect to have increased screening, wear face mask, practice social distancing, and that is the summation of what they're looking to do currently.